Hey, what's up everybody? Angry Hippie Lady here, and we are back for another episode of Building. Just a little alert here at the very beginning. If you have not seen the most recent episode of Walking Dead, the Coda, then you might not want to watch this video. Just saying. So I just finished that, and I need to let off some rage about it. I don't need any of that stuff anyway. Um, so Beth. Well, okay, no. Let's not start there. So, um, the pastor, the preacher, whatever he is. I don't know if he's like a father or what, but why does he get to live? I mean, I guess there's gonna be some great story arc maybe with him. I don't know, but right now it just seems like he's really wimpy, and if he doesn't get his shit together, really, he's just gonna end up getting people dead. So maybe that's why he got to live, because it's gonna be an easy way to kill people off with him around. And I at the end of the previous episode, I was really had this warm feeling about this the policeman. He was so nice and everything, and I guess looking back on it, he was just overly nice. And now, now that I can see it hindsight, it makes sense that he was a bad guy, but I don't know, it felt like a real it felt like he was a real traitor, and he betrayed my trust. It'd been a long time since I trusted an outsider from the group, and all of a sudden this guy comes in, and I trust him, and then he just kind of he ruins that. No, I don't want to do that. I was about to make it bigger, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes throughout the building of this. Could you break any? Well, I know you could. I know you could break a little bit slower, but it's not. And then the end. There have been multiple chances for Beth to go. I thought maybe that officer she threw down would somehow reach around and grab her, and bring her down with him, or maybe she would jump, but she didn't. And then let's see, what else was there? Oh my god, there's so much. I thought maybe he would shoot, and she would be in the way, and she would be like an innocent bystander or whatever. There were multiple ways that she could have gone, and the idea that the cop, like, after making us almost kind of like her, I don't know, after that little moment between her and Beth, I kind of had a little sympathy for her, and I don't know if other people did, but I know I did, and And she betrayed that too, It was just, why am I misplacing all these things? Don't touch me. Let me finish breaking the block, then you can touch me. There. There's a archer over there. There have been many spoilers going up into the mid-season finale that there were hints that something was going to happen either to Beth or Carol. And we knew that because Daryl was talking about how emotional it all was. But why Beth? Why did it have to be Beth? People are like, oh, you could have figured it out based on That's exactly how Andrea's storyline was going too. Like she's just getting interesting and blah blah blah, and then she dies. Well, I kind of hoped that Carol, whose story has already been told, and who, in my opinion, has already outgrown her welcome. I mean, she's been gone more than once, and the show's gone okay without her. I've never liked Carol. I never have. I had sympathy for her when she was with her husband. I had sympathy for the poor, frail Carol. And yes, now she's grown up into, this strong female character that can take care of herself and all that, and so she's a good example of blah 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 blah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I've never, I don't like her character. I just don't, and I've always gotten like this dark feeling from her, and I'm wondering what's going, what what's gonna come of that, or if she's gonna soften up. I also just hate that, poor Daryl, the character who was never supposed to be. I feel bad for him, cause that hurt. That really did. He was the one that was connected to Beth the most, I feel. Yeah, the whole group was connected to Beth in a way. She had a sister, and then Glenn was her brother-in-law, and everything. But I feel like Daryl did the most connecting with Beth, and they made a really great team. And it's just so sad to see her gone. I had hope once she got through those couple of scenes where I thought maybe that would be the end of her, and I had a little bit of hope that that was it for her. Like that was it for her endangerment, and then the end. Why? Why did that end have to happen? Like that was completely unnecessary. Just completely unnecessary. I'm pissed off. Like that shouldn't have happened. I mean, I get that the officer was stabbed and everything, but why is her first reaction the character that the person that she had a few moments with, not like huge attachment moments, but she'd had I don't know. I feel like they had made a little bit of a connection. She up and blows her head off, pretty much, over being stabbed with some scissors. Not even like some big scissors. They were little tiny. They looked like surgical scissors, kind of. That was so frustrating. That it just it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was rubbing my face and I hit my mic. I'm sorry. Uh, but seriously, that was completely unnecessary. I read through some stuff after watching I just watched the episode about 30 minutes ago. And it's Monday, so I avoided the internet for a day so I wouldn't get any spoilers. But when I saw Daryl bring her out, first of all, I want to say that it should have been Daryl hugging her and not Rick. Daryl deserved that last moment with her, not Rick. Rick is the leader. Yes, but Daryl was, Beth's friend, and he deserved that last hug. But when seeing Daryl bring Beth out, it still didn't feel done for me, Like even seeing her hanging there limply in his arms, it's still fuck off. Nope, 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 nope. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I'm really into Christmas this year already. And so my ringtone for my home phone is now "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Just because it makes me happy. I am in the Christmas spirit, okay? Get over it. Oh, you can't put it there without destroying the torch. Oh well. Just have to mess around with how I have my farm set up now. Let's see, is that all of them? No, I've still got just that one over there. Yeah. Jesus Christ, why did she have to die? Should have been Carol. I keep on meaning to pick up the comics. I don't know when all these people are supposed to die. Because I haven't read the comics yet. I keep on meaning to, but I'm kind of scared to go down to the comics bookstore. I went once. I've been to the comic store once in town, or yeah, in the town next to mine. And because my town does not have a comic book store, so yeah. But I went to the comic book store once, and I got there were 7 or 8 middle-aged men. Some were some were closer to my age, but one the guy behind the counter had to be like 250, like 250 pounds, ponytail with a fedora on. I'm not even kidding. And as soon as I walked in, like you know how in the movies, like somebody walks into the bar who isn't supposed to be there or who isn't typically there, and like the record scratches and the music cuts off and everybody stares at them. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened when I walked into the comic book store. Um, Not even kidding. So I'm not all that worried about going back anytime soon, to be honest. It was pretty awkward to go in there. And although I would love to go back, I'm a little intimidated to go. See, I think I'm just gonna make these straight and not worry about them intersecting where I want to put trees. So let's go through and do that real quick too. Jeez, I'm still stuck on Walking Dead. Like that's all I can think about is poor Beth. I'm not even that worried about how Maggie is affected, and maybe that's a problem. But her reaction to her sister's death was just, it didn't affect me like it affected, like seeing Daryl upset affected me. And I'm not even sad that he shot her. The police lady. I don't even know what her name was. I'm just so pissed about her. But comic book store. I was on the comic book store and I go back to The Walking Dead. Well, that's because it was about The Walking Dead. I do want to. I think the comic book store relocated though. I'm pretty sure it did. And I think it's even further downtown than it was before. Like, so this place, it was apparently it used to be a used bookstore and then it turned into a comic store. And because I had an old neighbor and I think I talked about her. No, I haven't talked about her on this channel. She was pretty much like my grandma. I mean, I had always known her, and I supposedly I knew her husband, but I was so young, I don't remember him. But she told me about this used bookstore, and I was like, no, no, that's a comic store. And she's like, oh well, you should maybe they would still have something that you like, because she knew that I was always a little bit different. I guess that's the nice way to put it. That I was always a little bit off from the typical person my age. Or the typical female there. And I have fun. I have fun looking through all the comics. I never got anything because I was too freaked out by everybody staring at. Like, I was in the back room where most of the comic books were, and like every once in a while I would see one of them out of the corner of my eye, like peek around the corner and be like, is she still there? And I was like, are you serious? Like, I know I'm a girl, but is it that rare that girls go to comic stores? Is it? I don't know. I really don't. I guess. But if you treat them if you act like it's such a novelty and all that, and make them feel awkward, they're not gonna go there ever. I need to get the comic book series. I really do, because I need to know. I feel bad that I haven't read it yet, because I remember seeing it somewhere. And I always picked it up, and I was like, no, I don't want to have to transport, because I wasn't at home, and so I'd have to bring it home and everything. And yeah, it just I just ended up not getting it. And do I want to do? Let's do full. Let's do full stairs. I think it looks better. I think it does. Yeah. It looks more connected. I like connectedness. It's not like you fall down in between anyway, so. Jeez. Jeez, oh jeez. It could have been anyone else. I think really what it comes down to is the creators know that we all feel, or at least most of the viewers feel, a connection to Daryl. They really, really like Daryl. People are like, oh, if Daryl dies, we riot and all that stuff. And so they know we have a connection to him, so they know how to hurt us. And that's by hurting Daryl, which sucks. We've given them a way to hurt us and cause us emotional pain, and it sucks. But yeah, okay, I'm done with my ranting. I'm gonna do some more on this. If this hasn't been too long, then I'll bring you guys back and let you see the finished product, and I'll show you the finished product of the one that you saw before, and then that will be it for this episode. But if this has already been long enough, then I'm probably gonna just end it here, and if I have, then I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Okay, everybody, so I said that I would bring you back for a quick little update video, and so this was the finished product of the dark oak. I keep on wanting to call it like dark wood or whatever, but dark oak farm. It's not as populated as the birchwood farm, but that's just because of how I spaced it out, and then I didn't want any of the trees to like mess up with the coal pathways or whatever. So yeah, and then you've got the birch farm over here, which I decided to go with podzol, quartz, cobble, and glowstone, and obsidian. You saw the obsidian, but you just didn't see everything else that I did. I don't know, I think it looks alright. I'm a little concerned about there being too many textures, too many colors going on in this one little area, so it could be that it might change. I wanted to do the podzol in the first place just because it's supposed to be like dead leaves or whatever, and so I thought that would be really good for that area. But who knows? It might change. And I don't think I can't remember if I finished the farm in my other video, so I'm just gonna run up here real quick and show off the farm a little bit. I did include lava. I do remember ranting and raving about wanting to put lava and obsidian it everywhere. So I got to put obsidian downstairs and I put lava up here. So that makes me happy. And potatoes, carrots, wheat. You can tell the wheat, but and the carrots. So I guess the only logical thing that could be was potatoes. You can kind of see like the yellow sprouts or whatever. But yeah, so apparently I need to light up a little bit better. Which I already knew. I need to figure out a way to light this whole area up. I did that over there, without torches down there, in the birch forest, but I haven't done it in the darkwood area or on any of these levels. Originally, how this was supposed to be built was so that these half slabs would be on the bottom of the block, so we wouldn't have to worry about lighting. But we got like 5 levels up, or no, we finished the whole first level. We're like, this doesn't feel right, and then we realized we were building on with the half slabs on the top of the block, or at like they were built where the top of the block would be, and we just didn't feel like tearing it down. I mean, even just the first level was just, it was massive enough that we were like, no, we don't want to tear all that down. But yeah, so that's that, and that will do it for this for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. I am Angry Hippie Lady, and peace out, guys.